What up, B Squad? It is your boy JB, and we are here today, you guys, with a brand new review for The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, you guys, season 13, episode number 10, you guys. And this episode was titled Re-Lentless Erika, you guys. So before we go ahead and get into this review, if you guys are watching this video or any other video on the channel and you guys aren't subscribed yet, then I need you guys to do me a solid favor and stop taking me out on this date and having me pay for it at the end of it. You guys know that routine. You can do me that favor by liking the video, subscribing to the channel, and also by turning on your post notifications, you guys. And with that out of the way, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this episode of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, shall we? All right, you guys, so this episode, woo, child, where do we start? Well, we start where we ended. So, you guys remember the last episode, we ended with Erika saying, who makes more money on OnlyFans, you or Sammy? So we picked up with that, right? And like I said last week, I actually have to go up for Erika because, I mean, there's nothing that I like. Here's my thing with Denise. We were rooting for you. We were all rooting for you.
I have never in my life yelled at a girl like this. When my mother yells at this, it's because she loves me. I was rooting for you. We were all rooting for you. How dare you? Learn something from this.
Right? The Tyra meme. And like, Erika got you, and you could have easily hit her with a one hit quitter when she asked you who makes more money on OnlyFans, you or Sammy. I would have said, well, Erika, guess what? My daughter and I both make very good money on OnlyFans. We're fine. Can you say the same? Because the last time I checked, when you left Tom, you had to downsize and live in a smaller house. Your hair and makeup haven't been the best since you've left Tom. Your outfits haven't really been giving. You're not really patting the puss. Like, I haven't heard your music anywhere. So, yeah, me and Sammy, we're fine on OnlyFans. Can you say the same thing? You might want to go ahead and try to get yourself on OnlyFans as well to get those, finances back up to where they used to be prior to Tom, the whole situation with Tom's victims. How about that? Like, Denise, you should have, you could have read Erika for filth. You literally could have read Erika for filth, and you didn't. I was just like, what the hell, man? Like, it was hilarious. It was hilarious to me. Because I was like, Denise. That man whooped that woman's ass. I mean, he jumped over on that judge and grabbed her. Wow. But yeah, Denise, you really could have hit Erika. Then you came at Erika talking about the $20 million that was allegedly deposited into her account. And Erika says that that's been proven that it didn't happen. And I was like, Denise. You had it, sis. You had it. It was right there in the palm of your hand like a diamond. But hey, it is what it is. And girl, again, we were rooting for you. So after Erika walked out of the room, Kyle wants to say that the kids were off limits, and Garcelle was like, well, why didn't you say that in that moment? And so Kyle was like, wait a minute. So you say that to me, but no one said anything when you guys were questioning me about my ring. I was like, oh my God, Kyle. Really, Kyle? You finna make this about yourself. I was like, okay, Kyle. Or I was just like, really, Kyle? Okay. Nobody came to your defense. And I was like, okay. I mean, I'll give her that. Nobody came to your defense, but you want to sit here and say it. No one said anything after you. But I think some people said well, no, I don't remember. But it was a question. It was a legit question. Kyle, I don't think she was actually saying, you know what? You guys know I do like Kyle, but yeah, Kyle, come on. Let's be for real. Let's pause here, you guys, and move forward. All right, you guys. So the next thing that I want to talk about is Dorit. The next person we're going to talk about is Dorit. So I see so many people having this conversation online about Dorit and Garcelle. I see people saying, oh, housewives say the word attack all the time. That is true. That is true. Housewives say, I feel attacked. I feel like you're doing this and this and this and that to me all the time. That is true. And and here's the thing when it comes to Dorit, I'm not saying that Dorit is racist or anything like that. But we as black people, and I see some black people defending it as well, it's like, y'all know what microaggressions are. And then somebody got in my comments the last episode of Beverly Hills saying that you feel like people just learn that word. I didn't just learn the word microaggressions. And I take great offense to that because the thing about me is I love to learn new words, yes, but not easy words like microaggressions and stuff like that. Like I had a dictionary growing up as a kid. I read the dictionary, so I know pretty much I know a lot of words. So don't attack and don't insult my intelligence, because now what I can say I was wrong about was what Dorit said in the last episode. I was wrong about that, but she did say that Garcelle was attacking her. Garcelle was not attacking her. Garcelle, because let's be for real, you guys. The word attack, that means, we all know what attack means. You're attacking, like being ferocious, kind of like what Ashley called Wendy on her first season of Potomac. We all know what those are buzzwords, trigger words, for the angry black woman, aggressive, and things of that nature. Now, like I said, do I think that Dorit meant to do that stuff? No, I don't think Dorit meant to do that. I don't think that Dorit was literally thinking in the moment. I think Dorit was being, her self-absorbed self, all about self, and just really just saying the first word that came to her mind. I don't think that she meant anything. I don't think she meant any harm by saying the word. I really don't. So that's how I feel. So she was talking to Erika, right? And she and Erika was talking about the situation with Denise, and they also talked about what happened with Garcelle. And like I said, do I believe Dorit is racist? No, I don't. I really don't believe Dorit is racist. But I do believe Dorit can be a little bit on the self-absorbed. Like I said, she's just a little self-absorbed, but it is what it is, you guys. I hope that this is the last time that we have to talk about this. And I see I see, because everybody blamed, here's an interesting thing. The same people who blamed Ebony for what happened on Roni are the same people that are coming and blaming Garcelle for this shit. Like, let's be real. And another person that I think has been dealt with some stuff like not microaggressions, but she's been dealt some raw deal. Mary Cosby. Like, let's be real. Mary is not my favorite person on Salt Lake City, but I felt bad for Mary because season 2 of Salt Lake City, everybody came for Mary, but nobody went for Jen, the criminal, the woman who stole people's money and all that kind of stuff. But y'all come for the black woman with the, now granted, I don't, like I said, I've said it many times about Mary's church. Ain't for me, wouldn't be for me, would never go to Mary's church. But I did always think that was quite odd that everybody came for Mary season 2 when y'all had Jen, but neither here nor there, right? But yeah, people are having this argument now. They want Garcelle off the show because she brings up race. She actually doesn't bring up race that much. She only talks about Dorit whenever Dorit does something that she feels is a microaggression. And is she not supposed to say how she feels? Like, you guys are weird. Some of you guys are very weird. Like, there's a Twitter page that is called Garcelle Beauvais Race Card, and allegedly this person is black, but I don't care. I've gone since and muted that account because they're obsessed. A lot of y'all are obsessed with her. And it's interesting, like I was just saying a minute ago about Ramona. Y'all blamed Ebony for what happened on Roni, but it was actually Ramona. And people have been saying Ramona was a problem for years. I had said for years that I thought Ramona was a racist. I could read it all over Ramona. Again, Dorit, don't think that Dorit is a racist. I just think that Dorit is selfish, self-absorbed, and all about self. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. We'll pause here and move forward. Next up, you guys, we see Sutton. So Sutton met up with her matchmaker, right? And she forgot the woman's name. Hell, I forgot the woman's name too. If you guys remember that lady's name, please leave it in the comment section. I forgot what that woman's name was that quick. And it started with an A. I don't forget what that woman's name is. Neither here nor there. So the matchmaker is telling Sutton, the feedback from the date with that guy in the last episode. He had really positive feedback about Sutton. And so she asked Sutton about her feedback, and she's like, well, he talked about his mom. And they showed the montage of him talking about his mother. Now, he did say that Sutton didn't really laugh. And I was like, do you think that Sutton has a sense of humor? No. Now, moving on, we see Sutton. So she's going on a second date with another guy. And this guy was, I will say, very handsome. And he liked Sutton. Sutton, I be wondering, Sutton, girl, what do you be wearing? The clothing choice that Sutton wears, it just be like, ma'am. What is this ugly shit that you got on? Like, it is horrendous to me. But they had a great date. Now, Sutton, I was listening to what you said you did not eat. Because you don't eat meat, you don't eat this, you don't eat that. And I'm not going along with what Kyle and new girl Anne Marie was saying, right? I'm going along the lines of, girl, you said a lot of things that you don't eat. What do you eat? And I know I'm not. Now, if I told you guys what I don't eat, you guys would say the same thing to me, like, what do you eat? But I actually do eat. I'm just a picky eater. I eat meat. I will say that I eat meat. I don't. No, let me not go down that list of that rabbit hole of what I don't eat. But I do eat. I do eat food. There are a lot of things that I don't eat. So, but she was just like, I don't do this. I don't do that. I don't do that. I was like, wow. Okay, what do you eat? I'm not saying that you don't. I'm not. Again, I'm not, and I want to preface this by saying I'm not saying that she doesn't eat. I was like, damn, what do you eat? But he asked for her phone number at the end of the date. And she gave it to him, and I guess they're going to go on a second date with each other and get to know each other. Now, we'll pause here and move forward, you guys. Next up, you guys, let's discuss Crystal. Now, you guys, I like Crystal. I really, really do like Crystal. And I want Crystal to be on the show. Like, I don't think Crystal's a bad addition to the show. What I did notice was, bravo. Y'all had in the trailer where she said this group wants her to scream all the fucking time or something like that. Y'all edited that out, completely edited it out, and showed it as a flashback because she was talking to Rob. And like I said, I do like seeing Crystal. I do like seeing Crystal. I like seeing her and Rob, with him being Jewish and her being Chinese. I like seeing their family dynamic. I want more from Crystal, kind of like the ladies do. I want more from Crystal. I want Crystal to show us why they gave her Diamond in the first place. Like, I want a whole lot from Crystal. Let me know if you guys agree, disagree. And she talked about her brother. She still feels like her brother, still feels some resentment towards her for what happened with his girlfriend and with his ex-fiance. And she also feels that like she's a little bit too controlling when it comes to her brother. That was really all we got with Crystal. Again, Crystal, like you, girl. Want more from you. Like the way that you came at Jeff at BravoCon. I want you to be like that. The shit that you said about Jeff. And I agreed with you about Jeff because I don't see it for Jeff Lewis. I think Jeff Lewis is an ass. I think Jeff Lewis would love to be a fucking housewife. Kind of like how I feel about Michael Rappaport. I feel like Michael Rappaport would love to be a housewife or at least a house husband. I feel like that about Jeff as well. But pausing here and moving forward. Next up, you guys, we are talking about Kyle. Yikes, you guys. This scene with Kyle. Who? The Kyle, Kim, and Kathy. I need them to see a therapist. I want them to go see a therapist because when I watched that scene with them, I'm not, I don't want to speak ill of anyone's parents or, I'm not going to say that their mother was a bad parent because I don't think that she was. I think that their mom probably, it sounded like she might have, I don't know if she was a single mother or not, had three girls. And I just think that, there are times where parents make mistakes. No parent is perfect. And I know some parents would probably be like, if I could go back and do things differently, I would do this differently. And like I said, I don't think that their mom was a bad person. I don't think she was a bad mother. The way that they talk about her, and even when you see Kim and Kyle crying, you realize that she was a good mother. But there probably were some things that she could have done differently with her kids. And I think because if you listen to Kyle, when Kyle talked about how peaceful her home is, where there's no screaming and stuff in her house, I'm like, so there obviously was some yelling and screaming in your house with your mom and your sisters. And that's why I think that they should sit down and talk to a therapist, because I think that they all have some deep rooted issues from their upbringing that they won't say. And you could definitely listen to Kim. Kim has some issues because she said she didn't see some things until later in life. And so I just really felt bad. And when it comes to Kyle and Kathy, I feel like it has to be a situation where they both want to make things work with their relationship. Just because you're family doesn't mean you have to like each other, doesn't mean you always have to talk to each other. If you feel like, I'm okay with Kyle setting her boundaries with Kathy, I'm okay with that, right? But I do feel like there is still genuine love and affection and support there between the sisters. I just think that they need to figure out how to effectively communicate with each other and put out all of whatever's in the past. And we all know that there's a lot of things between Kyle and Kim and even Kathy, right? We all know the situation about Kyle, Mauricio, and Kathy and Rich. Is that her husband? I forget what her husband's name is. But y'all know Kathy's husband with the agency, because Mauricio worked for his brother-in-law, then went and did the agency. Then you guys remember season 1 of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, in the back of the limo when Kyle told Kim, "You stole my goddamn house." Yes, you guys, and that's another thing, you guys. I had to preference that by saying, because I feel like people be trying to come at me sideways about Beverly Hills. It's like y'all are not schooling me on Beverly Hills. Let me put this out on the forefront when it comes to Beverly Hills. JB has been watching The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills since season 1. I know every season of Beverly Hills. I watched season 1. I watched when Alison Dubois came on with her electronic cigarettes. I watched the season I watched the season when they brought Carlton on, who was a Wicca, and I didn't like the way that they treated her. I remember Munchausen's with what's her name? Yolanda Hadid. I remember when Brandy Glanville pushed Kyle when somebody had food in their hand. I don't remember if it was Kyle or if it was Brandy, but I do remember that Brandy literally pushed the hell out of Kyle. I remember when Brandy slapped the hell out of Vanderpump. Like, I know Beverly Hills, you guys. This is something that I literally started with season 1. Now I haven't been back to revisit the earlier seasons, but I definitely remember. I definitely have been around since season 1 of Beverly Hills. So before anybody ever says, "Oh, you just probably came on when Garcelle joined the show," no, 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 no. JB did not start Beverly Hills when Garcelle joined. JB was watching long before Garcelle came on. I am a Housewives fan, a Housewives fanatic. I know Housewives. But let's pause here and wrap up the episode, you guys. And lastly, you guys, Garcelle. I'm not going to diminish Garcelle's feelings when she was talking to Sutton about how she cried and she couldn't figure out why, but she was triggered by the whole comment of attack from Dorit. I'm not going to diminish her feelings. If that's what she says, that is what happened to her. I'm not going to diminish it. I did see people on social media diminishing it. JB will not be doing it. And it's just interesting to me that Sutton can see the whole situation of the angry black woman trope. Garcelle called it out, but she didn't say it. It was Erika who called it out. But for the last 2 weeks, everybody has been attacking Garcelle, but it was really Erika who called it out. But everybody wants to say, "Oh, Erika's trying to be on the right side." Really, really, but okay, it is what it is, right? It is what the fuck it is. And then we see, as you know, Garcelle and Dorit, they met up. It was hella awkward. Now, Garcelle was telling Dorit that, you don't use angry, you don't use aggressive, and you don't use attack to black women. Which, here's the thing. We can, like I always say when it comes to angry, aggressive, and all those kind of words, trigger words, right, for black women. I always say, yes, don't say it if and I would say, I hate to say it, but in this case, the shoe fit. If the shoe fits, you got to wear it, right? But that wasn't the case with this situation. Garcelle wasn't standing above her. Her voice wasn't elevated, like I've said. And I'm going to say it one more time for everybody in the back to hear me. The only person in that particular scene who would have came off as combative, argumentative, angry, aggressive, Sutton Strack. And you guys know I ain't no fan of Sutton's. Sutton is the only person that would have come off like that. And someone tried to point out that, Sutton was doing, use microaggressions toward Anne Marie. Disagree, and again, not a Sutton fan. Anne Marie stuck her nose in something that had nothing to do with her because of what I do not know. Now, Dorit, you told Garcelle that you wanted to listen to her, but you weren't really listening to her when she's telling you how she feels. And then you said, if I offended you, you're not listening to her. Then you brought up the fact that you're Jewish. I was like, girl, what the fuck that got to do with this? She ain't said nothing anti-Semitic towards you. And I saw people trying to use the fact that Dorit is Jewish on social media. What did Garcelle say anything anti-Semitic to her? Oh, she didn't? Then why are we trying to go with that, run with that she's Jewish? Like, y'all, please miss me with the BS. Please miss me with that. But that's the episode, you guys. Please let me know what you guys thought about it down in the comments section below. Subscribe to the channel, turn on your post notifications, and share the video, you guys. And until next time, stay safe out there. Take care of yourselves, you guys. Wash your hands. Be blessed. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.